So there was another school shooting. Who would have thought? Two in 1 week. And this time we've gone from Texas to Indiana at Noblesville. Noblesville West Middle School, where a gunman, well, actually, I think you say a gun student, went and shot up the school and injured two people. Nobody was killed. And I believe they say it was a teacher that was actually able to disarm the shooter. If they want these excuse me, these colonizing kids to live, I would suggest they do what they do in these urban area schools and get more security or put some metal detectors in, but they won't do that. And I wonder, did this shooter have on a trench coat? Hugh Hewitt, I'm talking to you. Mr. We should put a ban on trench coats because, that's how they get the guns in. Something tells me this person didn't have on a trench coat. And it's amazing that they are not even releasing the name of the person who did the shooting. They're just saying the suspect is in custody. But you know what? They don't have to release a name. Those of us of sound mind and sanity know that this was a white kid that did this. Let me go ahead and read this article coming from AB7 Chicago. A teacher and a student have been injured and a student has been detained after a shooting at Noblesville West Middle School in Indiana. A male student has been detained in connection with the shooting, Noblesville Police Chief Kevin Jowett said at a press conference Friday morning. Now, the teacher who stopped the shooting is being hailed as a hero. Police received a call of an active shooter at the school at about 9:06 a.m. Eastern Time. Chief Kevin Jowett said the male student asked to be excused and left the classroom, and he then returned to the classroom with two handguns. Preliminary information is that a male student asked to be excused from his class. He left the classroom, and he then returned armed with two handguns. That's when the activities occurred. A teacher and student were shot before the student was disarmed. Jowett said the situation was resolved quickly, and the student has a full-time school resource officer. Funny how it wasn't the resource officer that stopped the shooter. Police said the female student, whose name and age have not been released, was taken to Riverview Health and then transferred to Raleigh Children's Hospital in Indianapolis, where she's in critical condition. Police said the teacher, 29-year-old Jason Seaman, was taken to Methodist Hospital, where he's in good condition. Police said the alleged shooter was not injured. Of course he wasn't. Reese Darlington was about to make a presentation to a 7th grade class. I heard gunshots upstairs and I didn't know what to think of it. Moments later, an announcement went over the school's PA system to take cover. All I thought was I need to pray for protection, said 7th grade student Christian Ken. I can't pronounce their last name. Friday afternoon, investigators said they could not release the exact details of the shooting and are not identifying anyone involved at this time, leaving many parents on edge. I want to know what happened. I want to know how a gun got into the school, said Kristen Young, the parent of a 7th grader. A Twitter post from the Southern Illinois Saluki football team hailed Seaman as a hero, saying he took a bullet this morning to protect his students. 7th grader Ethan Stonebreaker said the science teacher likely prevented even more injuries by confronting the shooter, who he said pulled out a gun and opened fire after walking in late while the class was taking a test. Our science teacher immediately ran at him, swatted a gun out of his hand, and tackled him to the floor. If it weren't for him, more of us would have been injured for sure. Parents held their middle schoolers tight as they picked them up this afternoon. You think this is never going to happen in your community, in your city, said Todd Darlington. Well, to the white people who constantly are saying this right now, do y'all realize there is a pattern where most of these school shootings are happening in areas where the people mostly look like you? I think it's time to take that out of your head that this is not supposed to happen where you're at. Now, us as black people can probably say that because I can't remember the last time a black person has committed a mass shooting. And before you goddamn shows get on my page and start talking about Chicago and black on black crime, this and that, y'all need to get y'all goddamn heroin plague in order because that's what's taking y'all out as well up in Chicago. Or do you need me to pull up that video? Let's continue. And students who say they know the shooter are still struggling to make sense of it all. It's just confusing because I know the kid. I played with him on Xbox before. I've talked to him. I sat by him a couple of times and I just didn't think he would do anything like this, Ray Darlington said. The student is currently in custody and no charges have been filed at this time. Search warrants, it's funny, no charges have been filed, Yet the student just went in there and shot 2 people. Search warrants have been issued and police are investigating how the student got his hands on the guns. Police said that Noblesville West Middle School has been cleared. Police are investigating a threat at Noblesville High School, but said it was just a threat. We have no reason to believe that there is any kind of threat connected to this incident anywhere else. We're also, however, aware of a secondary threat that's being made at Noblesville High School. We have multiple officers and a command post established at Noblesville High School and are diligently ensuring the safety of students and staff there. We have not received any information that this has been anything other than a communicated threat, and again, we are securing Noblesville High School and taking steps to ensure that it stays secure. Noblesville West Middle School is located about 27 miles north of Indianapolis. And guess what? Nowhere in that article did they label this kid a terrorist. And they're not going to. They didn't even label the thing in at Santa Fe High School in Texas a few days ago. They didn't label him a terrorist either. They can keep on doing that and deny if they want to, but it is what it is. It's often now it's like kind of saying like, I wonder when the next one's going to happen. It's almost like those are trigger words. It's almost like, do they hear us? And they're just saying, oh, you want to know when the next one's going to happen? Here you go. Like, I knew something told me something was going to happen. I just didn't think it was going to happen this soon. Like, I thought the damn dust was going to settle from Texas, but apparently they couldn't wait. Like, I was actually on my way out the door to get myself something to eat when that came flashing across my TV screen. And I had to double back to see if it was maybe talking about what happened last week and they just happened to talk about it again. But let's be real, Lamestream Media ain't going to repeat that. But now they have a new one to peddle. But somehow they'll say something about black on black crime, this, that, and the third, 13% and whatnot. I see it in the comments all the time. If I don't see it on TV, I see it in the comments for sure. Y'all let me know what you think down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. I'll talk to you in the next one.